Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
I've got to tip my hat to the Drudge Report, drudgereport.com. They've got another one of our articles yesterday and today posted at Drudge Report. CNN reporter put on watch list after criticizing TSA. They've got FOIA requests in about the TSA and Homeland Security spying on Matt Drudge, myself, and PrisonPlanet.com. We've got Bob Barr coming on next week, former congressman and presidential candidate, to talk about the secret police federal takeover. And by the way, we've got an article up on PrisonPlanet.com today. The big secret, what TSA doesn't want you to know. But we've got their own documents and their own people admitting they are going to be, and they are now, a force that will be in every town and city, kind of a minimum wage, quasi-federal cop, literally sticking their hands down your pants. You got crooks running the government, and they're going to rob everybody. And they got a bunch of dumbed-down goons working for them. Now, I care about our military. I care about our troops. You notice they've announced this week they're going to start taking the pension funds from the troops and their health care. That's New York Times telling you how great it is. They're going to cheat everybody. Nobody's safe. But they wear the troops like a mantle of honor, the big defense contractors, and tell you how patriotic they are to sell you their takeover of the economy. It was the Pentagon. We're going back to our guest here in a moment, that got us to accept the Universal Product Code, that wants us to accept RFID, that funded Google to spy on us. They're taking over the economy and now trying to shut small businesses out of the economy after we paid the taxes. We got about 3 minutes left with the president of the American Small Business League, ASBL.com, Lloyd Chapman. Briefly, finish up with your point about the Pentagon runs America. You're in these meetings, and tell them what you see.
Well, when Eisenhower left office, his last speech was, he said, beware of the growing power of the military-industrial complex. And if you go to Washington, these big defense contractors like Lockheed, Boeing, and Northrop and Raytheon, they run Washington. They spend more money lobbying than anybody else. Remember President Obama said there'd be no place in his administration for lobbyists?
Yes.
First thing he did was appoint a Raytheon's lobbyist over procurement for the Pentagon. That's how much power that these guys
have. And now he's got
have.
Monsanto lobbyists running the FDA.
Yeah. So these big defense contractors are incredibly powerful, but they get whatever they want in Washington, D.C. because they've got the money. Washington runs on money. And the legislation that gets passed in Washington is not the legislation that's good for the American people. It's what the big defense contractors, the big corporations, pay for. And it's just really, really unfortunate. But just think, federal law says $230 billion a year in government contracts should go to small businesses. There's been 15 investigations that say that most of that money goes to these Fortune 500 defense firms. If we could stop that, that would put more money into the middle class than anything that President Bush or President Obama ever spoke of. And all we have to do is just quit giving small business contracts to Fortune 500 firms. But, I want to, again, encourage people, do something. If you're patriotic and you love this country, I'm named after my mother's brother who was killed in World War II flying a B-24 bomber when he was 21. And I've grown up feeling very patriotic, and I'm fighting for America. I'm not just sitting around talking to the television being mad. I get on the phone, and I call people. But if you love this country, do something. And
you're winning lawsuits against them. I mean, it would be much worse if there weren't people like you out there, Lloyd Chapman. And I look forward to having you back on as things develop and unfold. And this latest chapter just really shows us how naked this is, how out in the open this is. In closing, do you agree with my statement about how these big defense contractors drape themselves in the American flag?
Oh, every weekend when you watch television, these guys keep running these commercials about we're here for you and blah, 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 blah. These big defense contractors are raping the country. They're cheating us, overcharging for products. They're the ones that get us in all these wars. They want us in these wars that we can't win, and because it makes them rich.
Lloyd Chapman, you're great. I look forward to talking to you again. What a patriot. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon. Bob Chapman's coming up. Stay with us. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup, insurance, and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lungs system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones asking you for a minute of your time to tell you about soap. Not detergents, but good old-fashioned pure soap made by the Cal Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company. My family, staff, friends, and radio listeners are constantly telling me how much they love these products for bath, hair, laundry, and dishes. There is nothing like these factory-direct, big money-saving, triple-concentrated soaps anywhere. Get a free detailed catalog by calling 800-340-7091 or see them online at 5starsoap.com or Infowars.com. Let's talk to the owner of 5 Star Soap, Marty Schachter, and see what he has to say.
As founder and owner for over 63 years, people keep asking me, how's business? I'm happy to say our business is going down the drain. Call us at 1-800-340-7091. Visit our website, 5starsoap.com, for buying our 1 to 2 month soap sampler. Thank you.
Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
Okay, I want to go through a whole bunch of news with Bob Chapman on the economy. China's gold imports surge 5-fold. I want to get into what we were just talking about. They're trying to pass a law that's set. You just heard the head of the small business group say it's set to pass the Senate, where only mega corporations can get government contracts for the Pentagon or military. I mean, 97% of the stimulus money went to Fortune 500. This country's just completely being sucked dry. Also, I want to get into Ventura being censored. But I do want to mention for listeners, you know, we are financed by you. We're not like NBC and other big networks that now on record got the bailout money secretly. And then they call you a racist if you're against Obamacare, written by the insurance companies to cut your care and make you buy it. Make you buy it and then cut the quality. We've added today to PrisonPlanet.tv Rosalind Peterson, the chemtrail cover-up. We went out there to California for 4 days to do these interviews. They're all up there for PrisonPlanet.tv members. California Skywatch watchdog exposes how clandestine NASA military programs are poisoning the environment, food, and water supply. Very powerful interview with photos, graphs, documents, groundbreaking. Also, Reverend Childress on the Negro Project, the program for abortion and sterilization of blacks in this country. Incredibly powerful. The Dr. Russell Blaylock, Fluoride's Deadly Secret, how they're poisoning the water supply. We put the new Willie Nelson, Jesse Ventura interviews up there, video never before seen, and a whole bunch of others. And there's more going up. Russell Means at Wounded Knee. Dr. Conant on the chemicals in the water. I mean, these are where we fly around the country and put these on prisonplanet.tv in the highest quality. The video streams of the live radio show every day /TV, the archives of that, a higher quality, commercial-free audio podcast, extras on my films that didn't make it in the films, just a bunch of other films folks have authorized us to post, like Don't Tread on Me and Camp FEMA. It's all there, thousands and thousands of pieces of media. And your 15 cents a day, your $5.95 a month, if you get a trial monthly membership, funds our operation. It's even less if you get a year. You get 5.3 months free when you buy 6.7 months. That's what the discount on the yearly does. We only do that every December. And we're adding so much, and that supports our operation. So Infowars.com. You can go to the online video bookstore, the T-shirts, the hardcover DVDs in the highest quality, the bumper stickers, the ballpoint pens, the wristbands, the citizen rule books, and all the orders. All of it's about getting the word out. You can go to prisonplanet.tv, download the videos on any subject you want, burn them to disk, give them to people, share them. It's an armory of resistance. That's why the globalists have been attacking it, trying to take it down. I mean, Jesse Ventura's police state episode that I consulted on, that was one of the main forces behind that I appeared in, censored. That's coming up in a minute. I mean, it's all happening. We're effective. That is scaring them. And prisonplanet.tv is a big part of the resistance against this whole system. Now, everything is happening so fast that sometimes I think my head is actually spinning. But before we get into the economy and all of this, I want to talk to Bob Chapman, who joins us for an hour every Friday at least, and sometimes more. And, of course, Bob was the biggest private silver and gold broker. He had the biggest financial newsletter until he retired. He came back over a decade ago. He has internationalforecaster.com. He worked in counter espionage against the Soviets with secretive government agencies. He's a patriot. He, of course, co-published and helped Gary Allen get out his None Dare Call a Conspiracy. His son runs, of course, Gary Allen's son runs Politico now today. Bob has been a real driving force for almost 50 years against the globalist. And, you know, the fact that they are trying to censor really shows how effective we are. Here's the breaking news. Police state episode of Hit Ventura show covering FEMA camps pulled from air. And people are scared at the network. They're scared in the production. They wouldn't really give me all the info. We know that when they air a show, they re-air it a whole bunch. It wasn't re-aired. It was delisted from the website. It disappeared. I called Ventura. He just learned about it, and he said, yeah, basically government threat directly from a government group. I'm just going to leave it at that. Pressure, network heads being called. I'm just going to leave it at that. Being contacted, men in suits breaking in trash cans, threats. You've heard Tyrell talk about that a few weeks ago, saying, folks, you're lucky this is on air. Well, now you're noticing it's not. And who knows if the water special will air. It just so happened to break 2 weeks ago in Texas News. They are putting uranium in the water. Well, guess what? Their episode's about that. They're putting uranium in the water to sterilize us, okay? See, if you serve this corrupt system, you're a cop, FBI agent, don't laugh at this. You think it's cute your kids are drinking uranium and that they're publicly saying they want to add lithium? That's going to air supposedly at 9 o'clock Central tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. Let's see if it does. They're not re-airing the JFK episode tonight before it, as they have always done in the past. They'll air the last episode. They're airing last year's episode about global warming. I'm in that one, too. Folks, this is happening, and now the whole show next year is in jeopardy. Doesn't matter if it's got top ratings on their network. Doesn't matter. That's why the system's scared. This thing went under the radar last year and part of this year, but now it's not. And then, you know, it's creepy, folks. It's creepy to learn they're putting reporters on no-fly list. It's creepy that Bob Barr's doing a four-year on myself and Matt Drudge reportedly being spied on by TSA. It's creepy knowing Homeland Security listens to all my phone calls. But you know what? They're crooks, and I'm standing up to them. My children aren't going to be slaves. It's giving into corruption that's brought us this far. You got to gut up and just say, look, I'm not putting up with it anymore, crooks. And everybody else was scared to talk about it. I called Ventura, and he said, I've got to find out more, but yes, it's confirmed. I'll probably come on next week. I got to decide what I'm going to do, but people have a right as citizens to call True TV and contact them and say, we want to see that back on air. They didn't pull it and say it was inaccurate. They just pulled it and hope you didn't notice because well, I'm not supposed to get into more of it until they're ready to talk about it, if they even are. But I'm not sitting around. I'm glad Ventura